Welcome back to the In My Thoughts podcast. Today's episode 35, has to do with a conversation I was having with myself the other day. Now, today is January 22nd, so our first month of the new year is almost over, 2020. We're about to step into February, and to be honest, it doesn't seem like you know how usually a couple months will pass, like, Dad, we're already a third into the new year or half. Like, January went kind of slow for me, right? And I feel as though that's a good thing because I did get a chance to at least literally look at the day-to-day situations that come in my life to see if I'm doing the right thing. So maybe like a couple of days ago, I was just like thinking to myself, all right, we're only in January, but am I keeping up the expectations that I had for myself going into 2020? So certain things I was knocking out, of course, like the financial thing. I'm like getting into that. I finally know what a Roth IRA is, so thank God. If anybody doesn't know what that is, please look up into it because that's something that I'm going to be a part of very soon. Long story short, is another besides the 401k, is a retirement fund that you can host yourself, put into and stuff like that. I would advise everybody to look into it because that could be something that you might find beneficial in your life going forward. But I'm back at the gym. Like I said, I did have to miss Monday. I went out to see my grandfather finally after so long. I'm gonna talk about that eventually. Probably not this episode, but I'm gonna get into that. But Dad, I was going somewhere. Oh yeah. So basically, I was talking to myself like, am I keeping up the standard of what I held to myself going into the new year? And I've been doing okay. I've been doing all right. Couple things. Like this week, I'm probably spending a little too much money, but next week I'm gonna get back on that. Just a couple of things I had to handle. So money wasn't getting circulated the best way, but it's only was a week out the year, so I'm not really tripping like that. I need these talks that I have myself. This is something I need because I always gotta make sure I'm keeping myself in check. Sometimes I realize when I'm not talking to myself about, okay, what do I want to go on, what's happening, what is wrong, what is right, I feel like I start distancing myself from the goal. And at the end of the day, everybody has their own goals, so you're very willing to make sure that everything's going into play properly. And if there's any problems, you obtaining your goal, you nip it in the bud as soon as possible. So the one thing I always tell myself is that whatever your next move is, make that your best move. And I know that's like a saying that everybody says, but at the end of the day, I really want to make sure that I'm being consistent with what I talk about. I want certain things in my life and I don't want to stray from it. I don't want to compromise myself. If I want it, I need to achieve it the best way possible. And I also got to realize is that no matter what, an opportunity is an opportunity for you to change and for you to grow and for you to learn and stuff like that. So I always wanted to say that all opportunities are opportunities that should be approached with care. Not saying you're going to take everything, but certain things is like, at the end of the day, it needs to go into consideration because who knows what that can do for your life and stuff like that. And when I was really getting into like what I wanted to do, one thing stuck in my head is like, it's not a like I'm single. Well, I mean by single, I'm not married. Of course, I have a girlfriend, but I'm not married. I don't have any kids or anything like that. But I also realize is that it's not about me no more. And what I mean is that of course, like everybody needs to get their own stuff together, but I have other people in my life that I need to take their feelings into consideration. Now, what I mean is that I have my wants, but my wants can't be selfish to the people I'm bringing into my life at the time. Like right now, I only have myself, but I also have a girlfriend who has her needs and she has her goals that she wants to achieve and stuff like that. And I can't be selfish. The one thing is that I always talk when we talk. I always tell her that I never want to hold you back from anything. So for me, it's like I have a girlfriend who wants to start a family, who wants us to move out together, who wants to have kids in the near future. And if that's something that I want to be a part of, because again, I'm not trying to hold her back from anything, I need to make sure that my goals and plans are staying intact for her. It's not just about what I want no more. I have a girlfriend that, in a sense, it's like, okay, I love my girl, but I still want to spend money the way I want to. I still want to do certain things. So that's going to prohibit her from getting the goals that she wants done. About her moving up, moving out, having a family by a certain age, being married by a certain age. They go hand in hand. So if I'm not on what I need to do, it also hinders her. And that might make her feel as though it's like, okay, if we're not on the same page, maybe I shouldn't be here right now because clearly we're not thinking of stuff the same way. And like I said, she has her own things. And at the end of the day, if we're going to be together, her wants and needs are also part of my wants and needs. So at the end of the day, I can't just throw away the fact that by, let's say, 26, 27, she wants to be married or she wants to have a kid or something of that ilk because I don't want to hold her back. Of course, if I can't give her what she wants, eventually she might get tired of me not being the adult that she's looking for, and she might find someone else that may be able to achieve the goals that I couldn't do for her. So if I don't want that to happen, of course, so I need to step up in the ways that I need to. And of course, no matter what, her goals and stuff will help me in the long run because we're both looking for the same thing. It's just about, are you going to put in the sacrifices and the time to get where you need to go? So I always have to talk to myself, be like, yo, Rob, it's not about you no more. Of course, yeah, you want to buy stuff, you want to do certain things, but you have a girlfriend who wants stuff. You have a family who wants stuff. So my dad always says that I work a little bit too much for his liking and stuff like that. I also have a family that I can't see that often because whenever there's a family reunion or a get together, I'm pushing that away so I can go to work and get some money and stuff like that. And money isn't everything, but of course money will help you prepare and go where you need to go and stuff like that. But it's not just about me chasing a bag because of the fact that I have the opportunity to. Also, I gotta keep in consideration, I have a family that I'm skipping out on and what they want and need and stuff like that. And of course, they understand that at this pivotal time in my life, it's about me learning and me understanding and me being selfish to a degree to make sure I get where I'm going. But also, I need to show that I'm not leaving nobody behind either while I'm trying to chase my dreams and my aspirations and stuff like that. So, like I said, I have a family who wants certain things from me and wish certain things from me. I have a girlfriend who wants and wish certain things from me. So at the end of the day, it's not all about me, even though my wants and needs are always getting taken into consideration as well. Because at the end of the day, it's about the bigger picture. It's not just about me or one person out of my life. I have a whole circle of people around me who, of course, want me to prosper and do well and be successful, but also who are expecting certain things from me and the role I play in their lives. So now it's like, okay, it's not about what I want. It's not about what I want to buy. It's not about what can I do for me personally. Because at the end of the day, no one really wants to deal with someone that's like that. I would hate to have someone in my life that only thinks about them. And then whenever something else is coming up that I might need them, it's like, oh, no, that doesn't fit in my plan because it's not what I want to do. It's not really a person to be, not necessarily a person to be around, but it's not someone that could get very annoying. Let's just say that. I'm not going to tell you that you might want to bounce on someone or anything like that. But that could be very annoying. It's just like, if it's all about you and it'll never be about someone else, then you're probably not the person in my life. Cause I know for a fact I wouldn't want someone like that. Like if I'm having a conversation with you and every time we talk, you flip it to now make it about you and stuff like that. That's not cool. So if I want these people, not like saying I'm only doing it to have these people stay with me, but it's just that everybody has to take the time to realize it's not all about them all the time. I know sometimes I can worry about me and be selfish and I'll be okay. But I also got to remember, take a step back, be like, oh, Rob, look at the big picture. You have a girl in your life that you really love and care about, but she has goals and stuff like that. So if y'all going to get together and manifest a lifetime relationship, you need to sacrifice too to make sure everything's right. You have a family that you've been blowing off on family reunions and stuff like that, and to make sure that stays intact, you might have to sacrifice in other ways too. So no matter what, it's like, how do I want the rest of my life to be? Like, this isn't a 2020 thing. This is how I'm going to start my life for the rest of my life. So at the end of the day, it's like, okay, Rob, you got your own priorities and you got stuff you need to take care of, but also you got to realize that you have other people around you who love and care about you, but also know that at the end of the day, you might need to do something for them too, or you need to keep their feelings in consideration because of the bigger picture. Especially, it's like if I had a kid tomorrow, everything stops. Me spending money the way I do, of course, like I said, I'm going to clean it up anyway, but that's now a seed of mine that's looking for me to handle certain situations properly. Of course, out the womb, they're not going to know that, but it's like I just brought someone into this life that I can't care for because I'm being selfish. And I'm bringing everything else down with me because I want to do what I want. They didn't ask to be here, but now that they're here, I'm going to keep on playing around doing what I want to do, and it can't work like that. So I just got to make sure that whenever I think about my future and stuff like that, the battery in my back is always, it's not all about you because you have people in your life too. It's like, I want to move out. I want to get a house and stuff like that, but I'm not going to save no money for it. But I want my girl to save money for it, and then I just tag along to what her have. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. We all need to sacrifice. We're all getting old. I just realized it's like I said, I'm going to talk about it later, but just briefly, it's like, when I went over to my grandfather's house, I saw, I went into the old room I used to sleep in, and I started getting chills. 'Cause I'm like, the room is exactly the same, but I'm not. I was in this room when I was 10. I'm 25. That's 15 years ago. But like I said, another episode for another conversation. But at the end of the day, it's like reality checks come in once in a while. No, they come, for me, it comes in really frequently in my life. It just kind of like smacks me in the back of the head, be like, yo, remember what you need to be doing right now. Because at the end of the day, it's like, it's not all about me. It's not all about anybody. But at the end of the day, if we're all together and we're supposed to be a team, no matter if it's my love life, my family, my friends, anything like that, it's not all about me. And everybody just wants what's best for me. So I need to make sure I want what's best for myself in the situation that I'm in. So what I always do is that sometimes I get on my iPad and I just kind of write down some goals for the day, for the week, for the month, and just some reminders that I always need to make sure I keep in the back of my head. Because sometimes that stuff gets lost when you're busy and you have stuff weighing on you, or when you're just like, you feel like you're free and you don't have anything to do. It's like you can be doing something, because at the end of the day, you have goals in play for you. So I always want to make sure I have at least a conversation, or like I said, I read over some of the things that I want to make sure I accomplish, especially within this year, to push me to the next level. And at the end of the day, it's like, I know that with me making certain sacrifices and me changing my life in certain ways, it's going to be better for everybody, including me. I can't just think of like, I'm sacrificing, so it's not going to be beneficial for me at all. That's completely not the case, because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, once everything is done, my life will be 100 times better. Like I said, I have a great life right now. I don't have no serious issues or anything like that. But I just know me taking the extra steps will put me in a whole nother stratosphere of happiness. And it's always good to talk to yourself. Like sometimes I'll have a conversation with my friends and stuff like that. Just bounce stuff off and be like, yo, am I tripping? Am I doing something wrong? Do it seem like I'm not going hard enough? Or just what do y'all see from me that what I need to probably work on and stuff like that? Because they might see something that you don't see. And at the end of the day, everybody should be in your circle to help you, never to hinder you. But I think that's really what I wanted to talk about today. Like I said, I was just having a conversation. I just like, yo, for real? You know what's crazy? You know what everybody always be saying, like, yo, when you have ideas and stuff like that, physically writing it down and typing it up is two different things, because when you write it down, you actually remember it and you actually might apply it more because you actually took the time. Like, I used to hear that crap all the time, right? And I never really believed it, because I was just like, yo, if once it's down, it's down. I haven't really wrote nothing since high school. Like, of course, I signed my name, little things, but actually get into my bag and actually write something hasn't happened in a while. Me writing stuff, that alone, I feel is helping me tremendously. So pick something up and just start writing down your goals physically. Because like I said, typing it, that's cool, it's over there. But physically writing it, I don't know what it does for me. But now I'm starting to understand what came with that. It's all about like remembering stuff. And like, it was like a whole thing that I always just blew off and stuff like that. But physically write down your goals. Like, I don't know who still has like paper and pencil around, especially at my age now, because everything's with technology. So I'm half doing it. Like, I write it on my iPad, but I got the Apple Pencil. Like, it's not the same, but y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. Physically writing something has actually helped me. So maybe it can help one of y'all too. But at the end of the day, just remember what your goals are. Remember to write them down. And no matter what, stick to your goals. And you have to oh, if you need to check yourself, y'all know the word I'm trying to say that I can't say, 'cause of course I'm on the mic. But if y'all need to check yourselves, just remember it coming from a good place. You just want to keep yourself in line for what you need to do to make sure everything's taken care of accordingly. But that's really all I wanted to talk about today. So I'm gonna hop off the mic, but I was gonna try and do that old slogan BS that I always tried, that I always messed up, and I kind of like got away from. So here's the new thing for 2020. Like I said last time, all content is good content, because we're not doing this for nothing. And at the end of the day, if you took the time to edit it, you took the time to shoot it, you took the time to do whatever you need to do, put the product out. Because at the end of the day, we're not doing this for no reason. All product is good product, and we don't want to hold content just because we don't think it's good enough. You took the time, drop your stuff. That's Rob from the In My Thoughts podcast, and I'll catch y'all later.